coming to the types of fibroids. Now we have already discussed the types, the subserous, the submucous, the intramural, but there is a FIGO classification being given. The FIGO classification is very commonly asked in your questions. Remember children, now they don't ask you direct questions, but sometimes they might inculcate this particular question as to, like they might make a story, like a clinical type of picture, and then the patient went for hysteroscopic myomectomy and it was not possible to remove the entire fibroid. So which type of fibroid was it? Then you should know all the 8 categories of fibroid. So there are 8 categories, okay? So as you can see here in this particular picture, this is one typical type of fibroid, this is another type of fibroid, this is another one, okay? So these all will be classified differently by FIGO. So let me draw this for you. So this is our uterus, the big uterus here, okay? I'm making it big so that I can draw all the fibroids. That's the vagina. This particular part is the cervix, okay? Now let me take this color for the myometrium because it is a thick muscular layer. So let me make it highlighted like this so that we can draw our fibroids within the inside this particular muscle, okay? And this here is the endometrium. This here is the endometrium, okay? So this now we know is the cavity, right? So I'm drawing first classification of FIGO, that is 0. Okay, this is FIGO 0. That is a fibroid which is hanging totally inside the cavity. It has no intramural component. This is 0. Okay. Then imagine this same fibroid being like this. This is again 0 because it has no intramural component. Okay. Then another type, that is type 1. So this was type 0. Type 1 would be this. Now what does it show you? Just about 25% or less than 50% is inside, that is in the intramural component. More than 50% is hanging in the cavity. So what are these 2 types? These 2 types would be, this is 0, type 0, and this is also 0, and this is type 1. Okay. So the fibroid from inside the cavity, we are pushing it within the uterus. Okay. Now this is type 1. Now coming to type 2. Let me draw it here only. Type 2 would be this. Okay, so you can see more than 50% of the fibroid has now gone inside the intramural component. So this becomes type 2. So type 0, type 1 and type 2. Type 0, 1 and 2 have submucous components. These 2 can be easily removed hysteroscopically. Why? Because they are basically mainly intracavity. Okay, hysteroscopically you can easily remove it. You can put a hysteroscope inside, you can go here, you can shave this particular fibroid, you can shave this particular fibroid because it doesn't have any intramural component. You can shave this also because most of it is lying inside the cavity. So you will not miss the fibroid most of it being inside the intramural component, because that is why you cannot remove type 2. You can only operate hysteroscopically on type 0 and type 1. Okay. Then coming to type 3. So what will be type 3? Type 3 will be like this. Okay. So type 2 had more than 50% component in the intramural component. Type 3 is completely intramural, but it is still touching the endometrium. So this is type 3, right? So this will be 3. Now imagine this going further inside. If this is going further inside, this will become type 4 like this. A fibroid which doesn't have any touching towards the serosa, or it is not touching the endometrium, it is totally embedded inside the muscle, that is type 4. Okay, so this becomes type 4. So type 3 and type 4 are 100% intramural. 100% intramural, right? Next, coming to the next one, that is type 5. What will be type 5? Now you know. The type 5 will have less than 50% component in the subserosal type. Okay, so more than 50% is lying in the intramural. Then this will be type 5. Then type 6 will be like this. That is more than 50% lying outside the uterus, or you can say less than 50% is intramural. So type 5. This is type 5. This is type 6. Then coming to type 7. Type 7 will be pedunculated subserosal like this, or it will be simply a subserosal like this, just like what we did in type 0 submucous, that is, it can have a pedicle, it may not have a pedicle. Similarly, these two both are 7. Okay, this is category 7. So this can be easily removed without touching the uterus if you are doing a laparoscopic myomectomy. Okay, then coming to type 8. What will be type 8? Type 8 can be anything outside the uterus. It can be here, it can be here in the broad ligament, it can be in the uterosacral ligament. Okay, so all these extra uterine will come in type 8. Okay, so this is the FIGO classification.